Welcome to the monthly GCP infrastructure announcements recap. My name is Patrick Svoboda and I will be your host for today. Before we get started, I want to go over a couple of items. Not all provider announcements are mentioned, only the ones that are related to the infrastructure aspects. Today we are covering announcements from about mid-December 2022 to the end of January 2023, so roughly 45 days. If interested, also doing AWS and Azure monthly announcements. And on the final note, then I'm running here in Austin and Austin Cloud Infrastructure Meetup. The next one's going to be taking place on February 23rd, 2023. More info at meetup.com/Austin Cloud Infra. Great, let's go get started. Event-driven transfer for cloud storage. Serverless real-time replication capability to move data from AWS S3 to cloud storage and copy data between multiple cloud storage buckets. So this is a great feature, especially if your organization's utilizing something like BigQuery and still running AWS and wants to move data over to cloud storage. This makes it easier. PubSub Lite now offers export subscriptions on PubSub, writes Lite messages directly to PubSub, no code development or data flow jobs needed. In preview, Google Cloud Marketplace, private marketplace. So on AWS, you already have a private marketplace. Now this is being introduced on GCP, which is good. This is great to organizations that want to have a control over what their users launch, which AMIs or which images, VMs they are launching. So this gives you your organization and control. So this is a great feature. Also in preview, Cloud CDN now supports private origin authentication for Amazon S3 buckets and comparable object stores. This improves security by allowing only trusted connections to access the content on your private origins. I think what's more important in here is that actually you can use GCP Cloud CDN, basically your origin that you can use Amazon S3 bucket. I checked the documentation for CloudFront on AWS, and I have not seen that you can, for example, make cloud storage the origin. So again, this is actually pretty, it's a great feature. Cloud Spanner has now new Kafka connector that is self-explanatory. In preview, Apigee, which is an API management platform on GCP, has new connectors, cloud storage, HubSpot, Magneto, Teradata. This, you can test your integration without the need to publish or create a new integration version. In preview, App Engine Standard Environment Python. This is for Python 3.11 runtime. In preview, Cloud Data Fusion, SAP SuccessFactors Batch Source plugin. So if you working with the SAP stuff, this is should be probably beneficial to you, making things easier, and it allows you to transfer data between SaaS apps such as Salesforce, SAP, Google Analytics, Facebook, etc. In preview, Cloud Database Migration Service. Now you can migrate Oracle workloads into Cloud SQL for PostgreSQL. Again, great. Any company, doesn't matter if it's AWS, GCP, Azure, always trying to make things easier to basically migrate over to their platforms to grow their business. VPC Service Controls, Policy Troubleshooter, so troubleshoot IAM policies. Again, if you work with policies, this is going to become handy. and ability to enable security command center SSC at project level. My understanding for this one is before you would only could do it at the organization level. Now gives you the flexibility to do it at the project level. Some Google Kubernetes engine announcements. kubectl 1.26 removes compile-in support for Azure and Google Cloud Authentication methods. Just FYI, if you're using it, it could break it. Now you can run GPU-based workloads in GA in autopilot clusters, and also now dual stacks cluster in JKE are generally available. Network Intelligence Center verify connectivity features. Connectivity test now includes a feature that verifies connectivity from a Cloud Run revision and App Engine standard environment version to a VM instance, IP address, or a Google managed service. Cloud load balancing, IPv6 support for internal load balancers. As I mentioned in my AWS announcements, you're going to see this more and more. Each provider, meaning GCP, AWS, Azure, are providing more and more IPv6 support around their services. Next, Cloud SQL for MySQL and PostgreSQL supports viewing an audit log for an automated backup of an instance to verify whether the backup is complete, if backup completed successfully. Hierarchical firewall policy, otherwise HFP, automation with Terraform. This is to simplify the complex process of enforcing constant and traffic control policies across your Google Cloud environment. Compute Engine, N2 VMs with 64 or more virtual CPUs now support up to 4 gigabytes per second read and 3 gigabytes per second write throughput per instance. Previously, the maximum was 2.2 gigabytes per instance for both read and write. CentOS Policy Controller, new built-in policy controller dashboard. Manage and monitor the policy guardrails applied to your fleet of clusters. It has new policy bundles that are available to help audit your cluster resources against Kubernetes standards, industry standards, or Google recommended best practices. That one caught my eye. I'd be interested to find out more about it, how good the recommendations are. In preview, CentOS Service Mesh Cloud Gateway, SMC or SMSC. You can configure CentOS Service Mesh Ingress Gateway with cloud load balancing through the Kubernetes Gateway API. BigQuery announcements. Multi-statement transactions inside a single query or across multiple queries when using sessions. Perform mutating operations such as inserting or deleting rows on one or more tables and either commit or roll back the changes automatically. BigQuery features have been added for sessions. Temporary functions are now maintained until the session ends. Statements that include a temp keyword can also include the or replace and if no exists keywords. The lineage tab in the table properties page lets you track how your data moves and transforms through BigQuery. General availability for BigQuery, attach resource manager tags to datasets. This lets you conditionally apply IAM policy to your resources. And the final announcement, in preview, global external HTTPS load balancer and Cloud CDN now support advanced traffic management using flexible pattern matching. This basically allows you to use wildcards anywhere in your patch matcher. You can use this to customize origin routing for different types of traffic, request and response behaviors, and caching policies. Then you can use those results from your pattern matching to rewrite the path that is sent to the origin. All right, folks, that's it for today. Thank you.